I am. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another very exciting edition of Grommet Live. This is not just any old Grommet Live. This is our Shark Tank All-Star Edition, Part 2. So many of you, as I'm seeing inside the chat, were with us for Part 1. How fun was that? How fun is it to hear about all of these amazing Shark Tank stories? If you are like me, you are a very big Shark Tank groupie. I think I have seen every single Shark Tank episode that there is, maybe minus a couple. Actually, I realized tonight as I was prepping for this show that there is an episode that I had not seen before, and it is of one of the products that we are featuring tonight. And the reason that I had not seen this episode is because, believe it or not, it was from the Dubai Shark Tank. I had no idea that there was Shark Tank in Dubai. So I'm so curious if you guys knew that. Am I in the dark on that? And I'm so happy to see so many of our Shark Tank makers inside the chat. We have got Peanut in the house. We have got Brian with Turbo Trusser. I'm so excited to have Brian on. He is one of my homie fellow inventors, and he just got some good news that I'm going to share with you, some very exciting news. So thanks, guys, for being here. And I told the story on the Part 1 edition of Shark Tank All-Stars, but I have to say it again. And that is that when I first started watching Shark Tank was in the very beginning. I think it was probably actually the first episode, and then I just kept watching and I was so hooked. And I told all my friends and all my family about this amazing show that they had to watch, but not very many did, evidently, because before I knew it, it was getting ready to be canceled. And I was so upset. But then I got wind of a petition that was going around to save Shark Tank. And thank goodness I signed that and forwarded it to everyone I knew. And before I knew it, it's back again. So I played a little part in all of your guys' success story that are on tonight because if we didn't have that petition, there would be no Shark Tank. So, I mean, I can't even imagine because I think it is the coolest show, not only to watch, but I love how inspired I feel when I watch. I love how much I learn when I watch. And I know that if I'm feeling that way, I'm guessing so many others are as well. And part of what I love is that it's not, it's really one of those shows that's for all ages. And so little kids are being inspired to take their ideas and bring them to life. And if a show could do that, then I am all about it. I know there's a little bit of controversy about what happens behind the scenes and do the deals really happen or don't they really happen? I am privy to a lot of that. I may or may not share some of that on this show. I will not get anybody in trouble. I promise you that. But let's see. Who else do we have in here? Gosh, lots of people joining. So I want to welcome you guys wherever you are joining from. I would love for you guys to say hi. Let me know what part of the country you're tuning in from, or the world for that matter. But also let me know what your favorite Shark Tank episode ever was. And I know you makers are probably going to say your own episodes, but I'm just so curious because there's a couple like really special ones that stand out for me. And if you have one in your life that stands out, let me know, because I want to sort of point back to those. We had a couple great ones from the last show. And in fact, we also had a Mark Cuban gift guide show almost a year ago. It was December that we did that. And we got to have all those makers on live, which was a ton of fun. It was, all of us on the screen at once. We sang together, we laughed together. They told great stories. So if you missed that episode, definitely go back and watch that either on Grommet's YouTube channel or on the Facebook channel. Before we get started, we have some great products. The other thing I want to announce, this is a little bit last minute, but I'm so happy that this worked out. I was pulling for it, and I'm so glad it did. And that is that one of our makers, one of our Shark Tank All-Stars, is here live joining us tonight. So he is going to be joining us at the end of the hour. probably right around on the West Coast, it's 6:45. On the East Coast, it's 9:45. So stay tuned for that. And also, you're going to want to stay tuned, of course, for the giveaways. If you are new here to Grommet Live, you may not know that we do 2 giveaways on every episode. And so tonight we'll do exactly that same thing. And we will do one giveaway about halfway through and then another one at the very end. And thank you, Jen, our producer, for putting up the giveaway right there. So if you have not already entered, go ahead and do that now. It does not cost you anything. There is no purchase necessary. There are no strings attached. It is just our way of saying thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting these incredible makers. And it's just a fun way to get everybody involved and excited. So definitely enter there. And because you guys are here live with me, we give you that little extra perk where you actually can double your chances of winning the giveaways. All you have to do is inside the chat, put the word giveaway. And that Jen keeps tabs on all of that, and she enters an extra entry for you. So you will have doubled your chances. So definitely put that in the chat. And whether you are on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, welcoming all of you. And we have different pages on each one of those platforms as well. So the chat that you are probably seeing is the one that is on the actual page in the platform that you're on. I will tell you that the busiest chat usually happens on Facebook on Grommet's page. So if you want to have, get in on the action there, you can always hop over there and join us that way. I'm seeing all the chats, so I will try to answer every single one of them. And let's keep them coming, guys, because this chat is so, so important, not only because the brands love hearing from you guys. If you have questions for them or just giving them little virtual high fives. They love that. But the other thing that happens when the chat is going is that all the different social media platforms start paying attention and they start pushing the show out to more and more people, which means these products that these makers have created are getting seen by more and more eyeballs. And that is a very good thing. So I want to thank you guys in advance for really getting active inside the chat, because it really does make a difference to everybody. It's just a big win-win all the way around. And Monica just joined us. Welcome back, Monica. You have won a giveaway before. I'm forgetting. Remind me what you won, because I know it was a good one, kind of recently, I think. So let me know on that. And one other just little tidbit housekeeping before we get started is how Grommet works, if you're not familiar with that. And one of the kind of exciting new things with the new Grommet is that it's all about upvoting. And so what that means is if you see a product that you like, you're going, well, all the products that I'm featuring, you're going to see over here, there's going to be a picture of the product and a QR code beneath it, much like the giveaway. And if you like it, go ahead and click the QR code. You are not committing to buying anything at all. In that moment, all you're doing is saying to the maker, I love your product. You did a great job. So that's that virtual high five I was talking about. But that gives them an upvote. And what that does for you is it gives you a 20% discount that you can use tonight if you choose to buy it, or you can keep it and use it a year from now, or don't use it at all. Totally up to you. So again, no obligation, but super, super important to the brands to get those upvotes because they're competing for things like product of the week, where they get a lot more media attention and all of that. So it's really important to them. So do not be shy at all with that QR code. And there is one associated with each one of the products. Any questions, guys, before we get started? Okay, we are going to go ahead with the first product. And I'm so happy that they're already in the chat. I was hoping you guys would be here. The very first product is a product called Turbo Trusser. And Jen is putting that up there right now. This could not be more timely. I was so happy that it worked out to have these guys on the show because, as we all know, we're getting close to November. We are in the fall, and the things we like to cook, it kind of all changes quickly once we go from summer into fall. And what the Turbo Trusser does, how many people are familiar with trussing at all? Because I heard of it. I knew, generally what it was. I know that it has to do with Thanksgiving and turkey, but this is one of the reasons I love Shark Tank so much is I got to learn so much about trussing a turkey, but not just a turkey. They have created a turbo trusser, one for chickens and one for turkey. And in a nutshell, what this does, this very brilliant, very simple, but very useful device does is it basically takes the wings and the legs of either the chicken or the turkey and it brings them really close to the body and keeps them there so that you are cooking what is truly the juiciest bird, whether it's turkey or chicken, you have ever made. It almost makes it foolproof. And I know that is something that gives everybody great anxiety, especially on Thanksgiving when all the pressure is on to not cook a dry turkey, not overdo it. When it comes out and it is just juicy as can be, how good do you feel as the chef of the day? So that's what the turkey, what the turbo trusser does for either chicken or turkey is it just kind of, it's like your insurance policy that it's going to come out perfect. This Shark Tank episode, that the makers of the turbo trusser are Kirk and Brian. Let's see, and I know they just put in that I believe it was season 14 that they were on. I did see that come up here in the chat somewhere. It goes so fast. Season 14, episode 2. And it was such a fun episode. I have to show you a few little pictures here that came from that. We've got so many pictures tonight that where is my turbo trusser? Jen, I might need your help here. I don't know why I'm not seeing. Well, now you're giving it away. That's who my fault, the order. Okay, so that I wanted to show you. This is what it looks like in action. And I'm going to right here and bring myself back to full screen right here just to show you what it looks like. So this is the actual turkey turbo trusser, and it has cute little turkeys right there. But as you can see, it's kitchen grade stainless steel, very thin, very lightweight. It's dishwasher safe. It's so simple. It has 3 parts to it. So basically this and these guys right here. And so you're basically putting the little legs into here, and then these 2 secure one of each wing. And whoops. And as I was saying, it just, as you can see right there in the picture, it just brings everything together and keeps it there. And it does it so fast and so easily, and you never have to worry about messing it up. Now, when I have cooked turkey in the past, I've used that twine, the string, if you will. And it's always, for me, I don't know if I'm alone in this one, you guys tell me, the butcher twine, somebody's saying in the chat, it is just sort of tedious. And I'm always trying to hold the knot and it comes loose and it's just hard to use and it doesn't always stay. It's just, to me, really difficult and just kind of messy. But with the turbo trusser, it's just very quick. You just tuck, put these on the wings, tuck it all together, and you cook it. Now, what's so cool is that you can cook your chicken or your turkey all different ways. This is very, very versatile because whether you are cooking it the traditional way in the oven, or maybe you're someone that likes to have a little fun on Thanksgiving and you do a deep fryer. We did that one year. Or you do a rotisserie, or you do an air fryer. Any way you want to cook it on the grill, you can use this turbo trusser. And again, it is your insurance policy that it's going to come out so juicy and so perfect every time. In fact, there's a video that I just had to grab because it made my mouth water and it made me want to make a turkey. There's a turkey all done. Let's see, do we have the video? I think we do. Here we go. So there it is. This is actually from Shark Tank. And you got to love their costumes coming on stage like that. And then watch this. Look at how juicy that comes out. So that is what I'm talking about. So, so great. Now, we've got lots of things going on in the chat. Let's go Grommet. Turbo Trusser eliminates butcher's twine. Yes, it does. Trussing keeps the legs and wings close to the body so it cooks more evenly. Yes, so in addition to sealing in all those juices, it does cook it. It's like, I know they said this on the actual episode, and I thought it was such a brilliant way to say it. It's like you're cooking one piece of meat as opposed to 5. So when you think of it without a turbo tresser, you've got the wings and the legs and the body. And so everything cooks a little bit differently, not an even cook. With the turbo tresser, it all suddenly becomes one. And so you're just cooking that one bird, if you will. And it is going to come out absolutely perfect. Now, let's talk Shark Tank deals, because that's the fun stuff. So I want to make sure I've got my facts right on this one. These guys are so great. They're total serial inventors, men after my own heart. They are constantly coming up with so many cool ideas for products, but it wasn't until the turbo tresser that they had one that was actually making them money, and that ended up landing them on Shark Tank. And when they went on, they were looking for $100,000 for 10% of their company. And in the end, as you saw with that picture, the shark that did the deal was Mr. Wonderful. And he ended up giving the 100,000 as they had asked, but he did some hard negotiating and ended up getting 33% of the company and $1 per tresser in perpetuity. What do we think? Good deal? Not a good deal? And Brian, because I know you're in here, I don't know if Kirk's here. I didn't see Kirk's name, so I have to ask, was that the hardest decision? Was that so hard, knowing that you only want to give away 10 and he was asking for 33, but not just 33 plus $1? And $1 doesn't sound like much, but when you're dealing with the margins, the thin margins that are so common in this space, I know that that $1 can really mean the difference between success or failure. So I could imagine that being a very, very difficult decision. Oh, Kirk is in here. Yay. And he's saying it was the best deal ever. I am here. Love it. We would make that deal again 100%. So is this to assume you guys are still in business with Mr. Wonderful? Very curious about that, because I know so many times things end up, you guys dig a little deeper after the show both ways. And sometimes it's not the best, ends up not being the best deal for the makers and sometimes not for the sharks, but they are still in business with Mr. Wonderful. And is he as wonderful as he seems to be on Shark Tank? I actually really love him. I think he is so cool. And it's so fun to see his enthusiasm for this product. He has been great to work with. Love it. Oh, that makes me so happy to hear that. And these guys I mentioned, they got some good news lately, and it was so cool. I saw it on social media and I was just, all about it. They just got into Lowe's, and that is huge. So exciting. And I told them I actually had one of my products in Lowe's a few years back, my very first invention, actually, called the Style and Go Hair Care Valet. And so I got to, really experience what that working relationship was like. And I will tell you, I don't know how far you are into it yet, but I had a great working relationship with Lowe's. It was a great experience. So I have, all the confidence that you'll have a similar experience. So congratulations, you guys. I'm really, really excited for you. And again, perfect timing heading into Thanksgiving. You guys, you got to pick up one of these for Thanksgiving for sure, but not just Thanksgiving. As I mentioned, coming into fall, I love making a rotisserie chicken and just having that in the refrigerator to make salads with, or chicken quesadillas, or all kinds of stuff. I love it. And so the fact that you can now I showed you the turkey one. I want to show you the chicken one as well. They're very similar, just kind of different sizes. So that's the chicken, and that is the turkey. And the one we're showing right now, both of them are available on Grommet, and you are getting that 20% discount by just clicking the QR code. And maybe you're not ready to buy it tonight. Maybe you want to wait for Thanksgiving. And if you do, that 20% is going to go into your file on Grommet, and you can use it anytime you want. But I got to say, I love this because, and it's not just Thanksgiving. So many people make turkeys at Christmas time as well. People make rotisserie chickens all year round. I think this is such a fabulous hostess gift, whether it's for Thanksgiving or Christmas. If you're going to somebody's house and they are going to be making a turkey, to even send this ahead to them, like, thanks for having us, we're so excited, and just a little gift. I think it's just such a cool idea. Let's see. I need to get a few of these for Christmas gifts plus me, says Judith Ann. Yes. I mean, yeah, you've got to get one for yourself. This is like just, to me, it's just that staple in the kitchen drawer that you got to have. And you don't realize you got to have it until you've used it. You use it one time and you've never had a chicken or a turkey that good. So pick one up, try it out. You will love it. And you'll think of so many people that you can gift it to. So such an affordable, fun little gift to give. A great gift for the sister or aunt that's cooking this year. Exactly. Totally, totally agree. What else? What else? I think that's it. Okay, Turbo Truster is coming soon to Lowe's stores near you. Oh, no, in the new year, in 2025. Way to go, guys. Congratulations. Thank you guys so much for being here on this Shark Tank All-Star episode. So much fun. But, and especially Brian, because you and I have been in touch on social media. It's just so fun to be able to finally do something with you. So thanks so much for being here. Really, really cool. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to product number 2. Why do I always seem to lose my order? Here's my order. I knew I had it. All right, and we do have P-Nuff in the house. Now, this is the second time we have featured P-Nuff, but am I saying it right? Is it P-Nuff? P-Nuff. I think it is. The last time, I don't recall whether you were able to join us in the chat or not. But I think before, when we had you on, I had not watched your Shark Tank episode yet. And so it was so fun for me to watch the Shark Tank episode, to get to know you through that. In fact, you guys got to see when he went on Shark Tank. Let me just show you his outfit. How about that? Now that is going to get the female, well, maybe all the sharks quite excited. I know Barbara may have gotten a little hot and bothered, but this is the creator of P-Nuff. And P-Nuff, I'm going to show you a few bags. They have all kinds of flavors. Here's a bag right here. This is the cocoa. And basically, let me get my notes so I say it all correctly. Okay. So the man right there with the abs that you just saw, that is Dr. Juan Salinas, and he is the creator, and he is a doctor. He is also a nutritionist, and as you might have guessed, he is also a bodybuilder. So he combined sort of all of those things together and really recognized the need for a healthy snack that not only is healthy and all natural and all those things, and I'm going to go into all of that in a second, but that also could help you actually build lean muscle and could help you lose weight. Because what I noticed with it, and then when I'm watching the show, I realized this is factual about the product, is that it's a snack that I can have and it really fills me up without having too much of it. And then I'm not hungry for a long time. And that is a win, because I'm one of those that I could just graze and snack and snack and snack. But this really does fill me up. And at its core, it's made with very, very simple ingredients. It is, and I've mentioned so many times on Grommet that I am newly gluten-free. So I'm always looking for those great snacks that are gluten-free. So this is, really checks all the boxes in terms of being not just gluten-free, but it's plant-based, it's vegan, it is very low calorie. I believe it is about, I think it's less than 5 calories per bite, which was kind of a cool way to put it. And it is non-GMO, it is low in sugar, it is high in protein. And that is really the magic to this snack, is that it's not just high protein. So many things are high protein these days. This does have 20 grams of protein, but it's very high quality protein. And that's where Dr. Juan is able to say it's because of that high quality protein that it does actually help to build lean muscle. And of course, I think that's something that we are all after. What I loved in watching Shark Tank was Mark Cuban, because he was, kind of sitting back, watching, him give the pitch and kind of listening to everybody. And then all of a sudden he jumps in and describes how his wife had already purchased this. So he, unlike the other sharks, had already tried these, not knowing that he was going to be on Shark Tank. So his wife had recently bought them. She was out doing her thing. And evidently he just sort of mowed the whole bag of peanuts. And he thought they were so fantastic that you just knew when he said that, you saw it in Mark's eyes, he had to do this deal. He wanted in so bad. And so he did negotiate pretty hard with him. And when Dr. Wan went on, he was looking for $300,000 for 10% of the company. And in the end, he got, I mean, it was pretty darn close. So I'm curious how you felt about the deal when you got it. He did get the 300,000 and he got it for 25% of the company. And Mark explained how he's got a lot of money and it needs to be something meaningful for him to dive in, because, you know, just a small percentage of a company is not very exciting to Mark. So he wanted to be able to make a big splash with this product. And this is so in Mark's wheelhouse in terms of he's already got some health products, you know, in his repertoire. So he's already in places like Whole Foods and things like that. So it was just a really, really nice fit. And actually, ultimately, no, he started with the 300,000, 25%, but he ended up giving 400,000 for the 25%. So that sounded like a great deal to me, especially to have a partner like Mark, who clearly was so enthusiastic, is so enthusiastic about your product. So I would just love to hear from you in the chat. Has it been a great partnership? Are you still working with Mark? Super curious about that. And because we do have a little bit of a delay, so while I'm waiting for those answers, I just want to show you some of the flavors, and I'll tell you which one's my favorite in a second. So as I mentioned, this is the cocoa, and I started to mention the simple ingredients. This is 3 basic ingredients. The basic ingredients are peanuts, it's navy bean, and rice. And you might like, first, you know, when you hear those 3 things and you think about combining them, and would you like that? Would they taste good? To me, it didn't sound great off the cuff. But when I tasted it, I really got hooked very quickly. I was a little like Mark. Now, there are different flavors that I like better than others. Here's another one. This is the roasted peanut. And Dr. Wan, I'm very curious what your best seller is. I think I have an idea, but I would be curious to know. Yes, 20 grams of protein per bag, I think. No, now I'm getting things confused here. Low GI carbohydrates, 20 per bag. Yeah, let me just look at that right here. So there's 4 servings per bag, and there is 5 grams of fat. There is only 16 carbohydrates. That's very, very low carbohydrates. 5 grams of protein, and this is per serving. One of the things that I like a lot about this product is that it is gut friendly, I should say, because that is an ongoing issue for me. And this is a snack that I can have and never worry about what it's going to do to my stomach. So that's really nice. He's saying that the best sellers are the original vegan. So the original, I believe, is the roasted peanut. Is that correct? That was my understanding. I was wondering about this one because I really like this one. And he said this is one of their best sellers too. It's the cheddar jalapeno. So good. Has a little bit of a kick in such a good way. I love cheese. Everybody knows I love cheese. So I get my little cheddar cheese, and I love things that are spicy. So I get both in one, and it's a healthy snack that is not going to upset my stomach. That is gluten-free, which is, you know, really what I'm needing. So I'm so happy about that. And my gosh, if I can build a little lean muscle in the process and lose a little weight and not be hungry, why not? And here's another one. It is barbecue and cinnamon, which is another one of their best sellers. To be honest, I have not tried the cinnamon yet. I think I'm going to try the cinnamon right now. I'm kind of hungry. Yes, the original is the roasted peanut. Okay, this is what it looks like, guys. This is the cinnamon. I do like that. This might move into my favorite because not sweet at all. I mean, maybe just a touch sweet, which I'm not big on sugary sweet things, so I love that. But I can definitely taste the cinnamon, and it's just the right amount of cinnamon too. I love this one. This would kind of take care of my sweet tooth when I have it, but not in an overly sweet way. Such a great product with the Grommet discount. So typically you would be paying almost $25. You're getting 6 bags of, and these guys are, I don't know if you can tell, these are good size. Each one is 4 servings, as we mentioned. So you're getting 6 of these, so 24 servings. for less than $20. That is amazing. I mean, how these days, how do you get a snack for less than $1? And that's what you're getting with this Grommet discount. So if you are someone that does care about your health, and I think it's kind of a catch-22 heading into the holidays, it's all about eating, and we all seem to gain weight and not be so healthy, but at the same time, we're all wanting to be. And so to be able to have snacks around the house that just help you to do that and to, kind of keep you satisfied, satisfy hunger cravings, I just think it's such a great thing rather than having that junk that so often my kids always want. But if I can put something in the house that isn't junk, that also tastes good, they're going to eat that. And I love that. Cinnamon is great. You can add it to yogurt. I was just thinking what you just said. You said you can add it to yogurt or have it as a cereal. I love cereal. I'm a huge cereal eater. In fact, so many times I say to my family, if you guys are all gone and I'm home by myself, all I want to have for dinner is cereal. I love my cereal. So I'm going to try that because it does remind me of just a really tasty, light cereal. And each serving is 28 pieces, which is, I don't even think I eat a whole serving when I eat. And so I feel like I get full on half of a serving. So I love it. I'm so happy you created it. So glad that you got the deal with Mark. And it just seems like you are doing so incredibly well. So congratulations on all of your success. And I have a feeling you probably have new flavors and new fun things coming out. And so keep us posted on that. And thank you for being here. So fun. And congratulations on a great Shark Tank episode. You were awesome. As everybody, watch his episode. It's definitely worth watching. Okay, guys, we are moving on to product number 3. This is a favorite product of mine, so much so that I've actually featured this product. This will be my 4th time. Is that right? I don't know if they're inside the chat or not. It's either the 3rd or the 4th time that I've featured it. I use it daily. I am an authentic lover and user of this product. I use it a little bit unconventionally, and I'll tell you what I mean by that, but I also use it conventionally. So I'm going to explain both of those to you. If you are somebody that has a pet, that sheds like mine, my black lab, Coco, my God, the amount of fur that I deal with her, it's unbelievable. And I always think it's this time of year. She's just going through something. But once we get through this time of year, she'll be fine. But when I look back, it's year round. It's fur everywhere year round. But it's so worth it because she is so amazing. She is just my best friend in the world. What you are seeing right there, guys, is the fur zapper. Who has a fur zapper? I mean, clearly, when I first discovered this through Grommet, I was pretty much the only one who did not know about Fur Zapper because it is so successful. And I didn't even realize it was on Shark Tank at the time either. I just fell in love with it once I figured out the right way to use it. But the wrong way that I was using it, I fell in love with it too. And what it basically is, these are sort of a silicone kind of a little bit adhesive, like sticky, but not too sticky, but a little sticky material that is designed to throw into the washer and into the dryer if you're somebody that has a pet that sheds. If you're dealing with pet fur, pet hair, all you have to do is put one of these in the washer or dryer. They recommend one per pet. So for me, with Coco, I would only need the one. But it does come in a pack of 2, as you're seeing right there. And you put it into the wash. What it does is so magical, so miraculous. In fact, I'm going to show you a video that actually shows what it does. I think we've got it here. Did we get it up? Oh, we may not have gotten it up in time. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I don't think we did, but I can explain it very, very easily. And that is that once you put it in the washer, oh, no, we didn't get it up in time. Okay. No problem. Once you put it in the washer, what it basically does is it spins around like this, in your cycle with all of the clothes. And it is almost like a magnet that just pulls the fur onto this. And then when the water drains out of the wash, it goes out the drain with it. And I wouldn't have thought of that. I would have thought the dryer. I could see that. And so, but then you also throw it into the dryer. So if there's anything that didn't come off in the wash, again, it's going to act as this powerful magnet that just pulls the fur. And what is really interesting about that, what just happened right there? Where did I go? There I am. What's interesting about it to me is I thought, well, doesn't it stick to the material? It doesn't stick to your clothes when you've got it in there. For some reason, it does not stick to the clothes. It just pulls the fur. And then, as I mentioned, it goes out the drain, but in the dryer, it pulls the fur and basically deposits it into the lint area. So your wash comes out and you are not. I mean, prior to having Fur Zapper, I would just constantly be pulling all the pieces of Coco's black hair off that wouldn't come off in the washer and dryer. And it was so tedious and kind of embarrassing when you have, blanket or something and you have a guest over and it's got black fur on it. I never have to worry about that anymore with this. Now, funny story, and then we're going to get into the Shark Tank element. When I received these, as I mentioned, I didn't know anything about them. They came and I was dealing with all kinds of cocoa hair. And I thought, oh, this is clever. And I could feel the stickiness. So I thought, oh, you're supposed to use it to pick up fur. And you're supposed to put your fingers like this is what I was thinking. Very clever design. And so I did that. And Coco's fur seems to get like in the stairs, like right in that crevice a lot, or around the baseboards, things like that. So I just took it and ran it through the crevice of the stairs. And my prayers were answered. This was the first thing that I ever found that would actually act as a magnet and pull that hair out of that crevice. So for a couple days, that's how I used this, was along the stairs, anywhere like around the feet of the sofa, I'd go around. It works like magic for that. So that's just an extra use. It's obviously designed for the washer and dryer and does a phenomenal job there. But I mean, I know that fur is a problem for so many people. So no wonder they have had so much incredible, incredible success. And in fact, let me just show you them right here. When they went on Shark Tank, there they are. And this is Michael and Harry. And again, love the serial inventor. Well, actually, one being a serial inventor I think it's Harry is an actual lawyer. It was Michael that came up with the idea. And from what I understand, quite by accident, that he realized that silicone could do that, would have the power to sort of collect the fur. And so went to work on prototypes. And once he knew he really had something, connected with Harry, and the two of them created this product, went on Shark Tank, and everybody was literally fighting over them. This is one of my favorite episodes too. So definitely go back and watch that if you haven't seen it. In the end, Lori was going head to head with Mark. They both wanted it so bad when they went on. They were Mark and Lori were fighting. Both were putting up $600,000, and both of them were willing to just take 15% of the company for the $600,000. And Barbara even, I think, got in on the action too. But in the end, they did do a deal with Lori. I hope I have that right. You guys correct me if I don't, but I think I do. And I mean, she was so enthusiastic. She was just saying, I feel this product in my bones. I have to be a part of this. Please pick me. And they ultimately did. And I think it was a very good choice. Let's see, what else? What am I missing here? Okay, just wanted to mention just, a little bit of tidbits to it. And that is that it is reusable, because that's super important. And I have been using mine for a very long time. It's that material that kind of regenerates itself. So you put it in the wash and then you would think it's done because all the stickiness is gonna come off. But no, the stickiness just kind of regenerates. So you just rinse it underwater and it's back. So it's a really incredible material for what it is that it does. So at that price, guys, just over $10, you're getting 2 of these. They're going to last you a very, very long time. You're going to be able to use them again and again and again. Yes, in the washer dryer, but I'm telling you the way that I just described, and then also in my car, because Coco does come in the car with me and sits in the back seat, and it just gets a mess. And I'll take this and just wipe down the seats and clean as a whistle. So I am a huge believer in Fur Zapper, and I was so excited to learn that it was on Shark Tank and kind of follow their journey there and see what an amazing deal they ended up getting. And it's just so fun to see you guys be so successful. I know they've been a top product on Grommet for a long time and do not see any sign of that slowing down. If there's anybody in your life that has a pet that does not have Fur Zapper, they will thank you so much when they get this, because it will change everything. And not just dogs, cats too. And any pet that sheds, this is going to do the trick. So well done, Michael and Harry. It is a phenomenal product, and it's something that every pet owner should have. And so getting that Grommet discount just makes it that much easier. Okay, we are at one of the fun points. We are halfway in. So let me say one thing. This one, I'm going to pick the product, and hopefully somebody inside the chat is going to win tonight. But the one at the end, the giveaway at the end, is going to be based on a trivia question that I'm going to ask you, because I think these Shark Tank shows are so much fun for all these fun little facts and things. And so pay attention to what those fun little facts are, because I'm going to ask you one of them at the end, and the first person to chime in the chat will win the second giveaway. Okay, so for the first giveaway, what am I going to give away? I think with Thanksgiving and Christmas and holiday cooking upon us, I think we have to do a turkey trusser. And if Brian and Kirk are so kind, I'd actually love to give a dual pack, because I do think you need both. Because if you cook a turkey, I'm guessing you like chicken too. And to have one to do both so perfectly is kind of a nice little giveaway. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we are going to do both the turkey and the chicken. They're somewhere around here. And let me see who the first winner is. No, I saw it a second ago. Okay, we have, it says Diora Asbury, but I'm wondering if it's Deborah. No, it is Diora. Okay, congratulations, Diora. You are going to love your turbo trusser if you don't already have one. I'm guessing a lot of you guys already have one, but you really are going to love it. So enjoy. Congratulations. And again, if you didn't win this one, you can win the second one. We're going to do another great giveaway at the end. And then I want to remind you that we have one of the Shark Tank contestants waiting in the green room to go on live with me in about, well, actually, I'm going to do one more product and then we're going to have him on live. So hearing his story live, he's somebody that I actually know. I met him when I was on a judging panel at the National Hardware Show not too long ago. And I thought his product was quite brilliant. I did have some feedback for him, and I'm curious if he remembers that. But that's going to be fun. So stay tuned for that. He's awesome. Okay, we're going to go on to the next product. Now, this one is really quite interesting. This is the one that I said, I think I've seen every single Shark Tank episode except maybe this one, because this was a Dubai Shark Tank episode. And it was actually not that long ago. Where is my, oh, here it is. It's hiding from me. I recently got to feature this product. In fact, I had it on our show that was called Living Fabulous Over 50. And it's sort of interesting because the product itself is called the Volare Pillow. For anyone who may already know of it, it is right here. It is phenomenal. But what's interesting about it, and especially you're seeing the picture right there with the older gentleman reading the paper, this is designed as like a very comfortable support. It's got this clasp here that I'm going to undo, put it around your body, and it just sits so perfectly and so comfortably to support your hands with anything that you're doing. So when I had it on the Fabulous Over 50 show, it was all about, as we get older, we are sitting more and we're doing things like whether it's crafting or sewing, or I used an example of my mom who does all kinds of creative things. She makes jewelry, and right now she's carving apples into people and all kinds of fun stuff. But she is almost 83. And when I go to her house and she's doing those things, she is so hunched over with the posture like this. And her back is always hurting her. And when I discovered the Volare pillow, I thought, what a brilliant solution for her, because not only does it just kind of automatically put you in this perfect posture that is so comfortable, but because this cushion is so incredibly soft, the material, I can't even, it's sort of a velvety, almost suede like. You just don't want to stop touching it. It's really, really nice and very, very cushy, but yet has just enough support to support you with whatever it is you're doing. Now, several different uses for it. However, where Volare became so popular and so famous is not for those uses at all. The Volare pillow is known really sort of as the kind of gold standard for gamers. So this is more known as a gaming pillow. So if you know anyone in your life who does sit and play, video games all day long, to be able to have this to rest their hands on as they're playing, but also to, again, put them in that posture position that's going to be comfortable and that's not, going to hurt their neck and their back and all of that over time. So it's a great, great solution for that. Sometimes I use it just when I'm sitting at my desk on my computer, because it just gives me this nice little cushy table to rest my elbows on while I type. I love it. It's so, so cool. So they had already had a ton of success here in the US before they went on Shark Tank Dubai. And let me just show you the logo even of Shark Tank Dubai. There it is right there. I had a little bit of trouble watching because it was not in English. And so, but there were subtitles. So I was trying to follow, but it was going really quick. What I do know is that they did a great job. And I know the Sharks were negotiating and all of that. In the end, they did not end up getting a deal. But I have to say, they have had so much success here in the States and beyond. I think they're in the UK and different places as well. But let me bring me back here. Oh gosh, still getting used to this new format here. That they probably didn't need the deal, but it was definitely a very cool experience for them. And so just a few more little details that I wanted to go over with you, because it is, it's, as you're seeing there, it's a little bit on the pricey side for something like, a pillow kind of like this, kind of. But once you start using it, you don't feel that way. You get it. And once it shows up, and you feel the material and you feel the cushion inside, and the things like even these buckles are just so premium metal. Everything about it is just very, very premium, high end. So it does make sense when you get it at that price. Now, one thing that you may have noticed is, I noticed right away, I thought, well, that's a boppy. Did anybody have a boppy pillow, or did your wife or sister or anybody, which was designed to really support the baby while you're breastfeeding or just holding the baby, because your arms will get really tired holding the baby for that long. And so the boppy was, and it still is evidently, all the rage for new moms and dads and families. And so there's some similarities to it. The shape is very similar, but this one is much larger, and it's designed to really fit around your waist, as opposed to the boppy is really kind of holding the baby here. And this comes off, and you can put this in the washer. And so that's kind of a nice little feature. But gosh, and I always talk about, I struggle so much with buying gifts. For my nephew is one that I really struggle with, because those teenage boys, what do you get them? Their style and all of that always, I can't keep up with it. And so he does love to game. And so I know he's not watching, so I can tell you that he's definitely getting this for Christmas, because I will be a very popular aunt, I think, when he gets this, because I'm definitely speaking his language with that one. So it's just a really fun, great product that serves so many uses for so many different ages. I mean, and you could use it for a baby easily, just like a boppy. But I love that it is great for, reading, or being on your tablet, or watching TV, reading the paper, anything and everything. It's so, so comfy. You will not want to let it go. And we do have stuff going on in the chat. Someone is saying it would be a great morning coffee pillow. Yes, sometimes I love to just sit up in bed while I'm having coffee, and just to have it there and be either on my, surfing like I tend to do, or reading the paper, whatever it is. Actually, I don't read the paper anymore. I miss the paper. I miss just the real paper. Do you guys miss the paper? just the turning the pages and all of that. It's all online now. Let's see, replying to Brian Helinsky, I sent you a DM. Oh, okay, got some business going on, it sounds like. And let's see what else. Yes, didn't think of that. So great product, Valari. Congratulations on all your success. You guys, if you go to YouTube, it's viral. It is. There are so many videos of gamers reviewing it and just calling this sort of the holy grail for gamers. So really, really interesting, because who would have thought that the Boppy would become a gaming pillow? Okay, without any further ado, I am hoping he is in here. Jen, do we have our guest in the green room? There he is.
Hello. Hello,
Hi.
Marcy. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me on tonight. Your show has been great. All the products have been great. And
Well,
it's an honor
can't go
to
wrong with
be.
Shark Tank.
I know Shark Tank has created a lot of good friends and now business partners, and it's definitely changed the path of our business and other businesses alike. So I'm excited to talk about it and be part of the community. You know, right now we're actually supposed to be in Tampa at a Shark Tank reunion, but due to the
Right.
hurricane, it got
Yes.
canceled or rescheduled, and we're still kind of waiting to hear back. And hopefully everything will be all right. But you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, that network of entrepreneurs, you know, the entrepreneur spirit is alive and strong, you know, and everyone's trying to work together to help each other grow. So it's pretty
I love
incredible.
I see that, so much of that going on social media. And then I met you at the National Hardware Show. I was on, as I said earlier, I was on the judging panel, and up Jeff came with, I actually have the version that I'm going to show you guys was the version that he had back then, and I kept it. And I his was one of my very favorite products. And I think, Jeff, that I told you that when you were, I just thought it was so clever. I had a little bit of feedback.
Yeah.
You remember it or not?
I do, of course, I remember. You
Okay.
said that kind of like what Mr. Wonderful said on the Shark Tank. It looks
Mhm.
industrial. You need to make it pretty and different things. So we were actually thinking about you when we came up with this pink one.
Love it.
It's a different kind of sponge material, but we have there's supposed to be a purple color, but it turned out more pink. So we're thinking about releasing it here soon, and
That's
so we're thinking about you and the feedback we get from everybody else because when we were on the show, because I still have the one that you have too.
Yeah,
But this
that's
is
it.
our first round. You know, it was we were testing some prototypes, and coincidentally, luckily, we got asked to be on Shark Tank after our second trade show, and so we bought 1,000 units and just to test them. We went to a trade show and we brought a few hundred with us, and we sold out. We got a lot of great response, and then we tested out Facebook ads and marketing and different things. We realized we didn't really know what we were doing, and I just had a good idea and had a couple of buddies involved. Then went back to the trade show the next year and sold just as many and got great feedback, and people kept on saying, you guys should be on Shark Tank, and like, you know, maybe that'd be cool. And then the next day we got a call and asked if we want to be on Shark Tank. And so of course we took the challenge, and we focused all of our efforts within the next few months on building the foundation for the company, make sure our patents were solid and our trademarks were solid, and getting our manufacturing lined up and trying to, you know, do it as much as we can to try to have a successful launch and being aired in front of millions of people. And so, you know, and it was a great experience all the way around. You know, we didn't make a deal on there because they didn't like our sales, but we bought 1,000 units and we sold most of them by that time. And so we were super young in business, and we got the opportunity super early, and then so from there we have created different partnerships and with other individuals and companies that are helping us scale and grow, and we're getting into retail pretty soon, and we're, you know, working with you guys and Grommet, trying to get into many places as we can and try to share the good news about the Scrubby. It's actually a great product.
Well, we have to back up, because I'm
Sure.
realizing as we're saying all this, that we haven't even told them what it is and what it does.
Okay.
So do you
Well,
want to do the honors? You're
of
seeing it
course,
there.
yes.
Okay, you go
The
for it.
Scrubby is a kitchen sink attachment that connects to your pull downs or your spray guns. So originally I came up with this idea when my wife was doing the cooking and I was doing the cleaning, and I was taking this old spray gun and I was actually spraying the dishes and scraping the plate with it to get that last bit off because the water pressure wasn't coming off, getting as enough power as we needed. And so I put a sponge. I thought if I put a sponge on the end of it, it'd be more effective. And sure enough, I built a prototype and it worked really well. And then we were working on another patent that I had because I'm an inventor and I always have these ideas, and you gotta try to try to do something with your ideas. And so we found a mechanical engineering company that we were working with on my first product, and then they asked if we had any other ideas, and I told them about the Scrubby, and so we ended up having some of the best mechanical engineering companies that we had access to help us create and design 3D printed prototypes, and that we could patent, and that something that could work to specs on all the variety of sink sprayers, and then we knew that the universe or the pull downs were most people had those compared to the old spray guns, and then we wanted to connect to garden hoses as well. So we created through some awesome engineering. Our engineer, I call him Doc Brown because he looks like the Back to the Future Doc Brown guy, but he's a great guy, great team to work with. And so they helped us, from the very beginning to engineer specs of a product that would work. And so, right away we got into manufacturing and then got asked to be on Shark Tank. But it all came from putting the sponge in the water at the same place at the same time. So this one connects to your pull down sprayer, and it has these internal fins that will catch on different dimensions. And it's made out of the silicone rubber like material, dishwasher safe.
Yep.
It comes apart like this. And then this particular part right here connects to your spray guns, or it connects to your garden hoses as well. And so the sponge.
Go ahead. Sorry.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, when you were talking about the garden hose, that's my favorite use of it is outdoors, like just being able to scrub down your patio furniture or
coolers or windows or siding or cars, or we have a pet scrubby coming out soon too. So
I'm going to ask you that. Oh, that's great.
So we're planning on expanding the product line. It's just kind of smaller steps to make sure that we're moving as efficiently as we possibly can. But the sponge comes off with a few twists onto this helical thread here, and so this is where the different attachments can fit onto. And then with its reversible, replaceable sponges with a couple twists, it's back on, and then connect like this, and it connects to your pull downs.
So smart. And and even some bathtubs and showers, you have the arm handle thing.
Yes, and we're working on the shower scrubby right now too. That it's a sleeve that goes over your pull down sprayers with a loofah like sponge on it.
I would use that all day long.
Hopefully we'll have that by Black Friday. We'll be launching it. So
wow,
it's in a month, but hopefully or Christmas. Who knows? We're trying to push some things out, but we don't want to put things out too quick. Before they're actually ready, and we want good customer feedback. Is still kind of trials, but
well, and you guys have been amazing about that, of really listening to your customer, taking in, recognizing what you don't know, what you really
absolutely
need to be listening. And a lot of inventors have trouble with that. They don't want to take the outside opinions and feedback and all of that. And I noticed that when we first met, that you were so good about taking in what everybody was saying, because everybody loved, you were getting a lot of attention at the show, because it sparked something in all of us of, wow, that would make my life so much easier. And with all the different uses that you just talked about, I mean, being able to scrub your bathroom like that, that would be so great.
That's awesome.
Just a couple logistic things is now, Jen, can we put the QR code up one more time for that one? Yeah. Okay. So with on Grommet, you're getting it for $12. So it's normally almost $15. So with that Grommet discount, it's $12. And Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, that it includes one of the heads and 2 sponges. Is that right? The two attachments.
The box, this is how it comes in this package. And
Okay.
inside the package is 1 scrubby and 2 sponges.
Great.
So it comes in a set, and you can order more sponges on our website. And we're
How
different.
long will this last typically?
So it
I know it's
depends
a
on
very,
use. It depends
yeah.
on use, but we say about 3 weeks. You could possibly use it for a month. We've had people use them for over a year. If it gets a little too messy or whatever, you put it in your dishwasher. They are dishwasher safe, and then you can
Oh,
reuse
good.
them.
Yeah. Great. And so it
Yeah,
comes with the 2, and then you can purchase. Now, I think on Shark Tank you talked about you were doing a subscription. Are
we
you
do
still
have a
doing that?
subscription offer as well
Smart, smart.
on our website, and so you can get 3 sponges every month, or we have a 12-pack you can get. So that's called a yearly deal. And I think we're actually giving away a year's worth of sponges on some deals coming up. We could probably
Yeah.
do and add an extra giveaway if someone, a year worth of sponges to somebody.
Well, do you want to do that tonight? Are you up
We
for
can
that?
we can do it tonight. Yeah, I don't see why
That
not.
would be amazing. I would love that. Okay, guys, you just heard what our giveaway is going to be, and I told you that we were going to have a little trivia that somebody had to answer. The first person who answers it will be winning the scrubby and a year's worth of sponges to go with it from the maker himself. And my question is, where did I meet Jeff? And I actually need the specific name of the place where I met, the name of the actual thing where I met him. And we have a little tiny bit of a delay. So the first person, you guys chime in as quickly as you can if you were listening and you know the answer to that, because kind of cool that you get to win a scrubby and a year's worth. Oh, Sherry is our big winner. She got it at the National
Hey,
Hardware Show.
Sherry, she was
That was
listening.
in Las Vegas, a couple
That
years,
was
2 years ago.
great. That was a great time. Yeah,
Yeah,
and seeing you up on a panel, and I've learned a lot from a lot of those people. I still talk to Matt, Nucio.
who's here? Yep.
And just and the connection of inventors and where our hearts are and where our minds are and trying to help other people and it's an amazing industry to be a part of, and so
It
it's
is
awesome.
a special, special group of people. And I feel so blessed to be working with Grommet for that reason, is all the makers, inventors that we get to work with and that we get to, shine the light on and help promote the products and the people. It's just, I feel so lucky to be able to do that. And I feel lucky to have been able to do these 2 Shark Tank shows. It has been so much fun. Congratulations to Sherry. She says, I always like to hear where Marcy meets inventors. All kinds of trade shows all over the place. But this is so much fun, you guys. Thank you to all the makers who joined us in the chat. That is always the best. And for Jeff, who joined us live, kind of even sort of last minute. I was so happy it worked out. And to all of you who joined us and got to hear these amazing stories. And hopefully you guys picked up some QR codes to get the 20% discounts. And that if you didn't purchase tonight, that you will in the near future, because all of them are awesome, awesome products, and just such an honor to represent them in any way, shape, or form. And so with that, guys, I want to say good night, but I hope that you join me back here tomorrow night for another episode of Grommet Live. But tomorrow night, it is not Shark Tank. It is our weekly show where we unveil some of the brand new product launches that happened this week. And if you saw the email that came out, you know that there's some really, really good ones. So I'm beyond excited about that. So come back here, same time, same place tomorrow night. 6 o'clock on the West Coast and 9 o'clock on the East Coast. And we'll see you then. Thanks, everybody.
Right. Thank you, everybody.